Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a little make with no digitals. So I've been kind of calling these videos No Digitals Allowed. And this is episode number 3. And there is a playlist for the other ones on my channel, and I am going to be making something for this little book, which is our actuary or accountant book, and I hope this is going to work out the way that I have it in my mind. So let's get started, and I'll kind of go through what I have pulled out to use, and then we'll put it together and see how it works. So the first thing I have is a little index tab. It is metal, it is vintage, and I got these on, I bought a old file box that had index dividers in it. And these little metal tabs were on the index dividers. So that's where that came from. And then I have a rusted paper clip, just to bring in another metal item. I have this stamp that has a bank building on it. And you can see that's an expensive stamp, or it would be in US dollars. This looks like it's from, it's Norwegian. Had trouble with that word, didn't I? So I'm going to use this stamp. I have a piece of Tim Holtz craft card stock that I have put a railway stamp on. I'm going to rough that up and use that. I have a piece of newspaper here. It's a newspaper article about banks. I have a book page that has lots of numbers on it. We all like that. I have a check that is, it's an original. It's never been filled out, but it is an original. I have an invoice. Again, it's an original. And it's for a hardware store, but I'm going to use this side because I want this little invoice part to stick up. I have a page out of a bank book. And I'll show you the book that I got at a antique shop. This was the book, and I have taken all the pages apart so they can be used. And you can see that it belonged to Mrs. S.E.B. Lynch. And the dates in it are from, I think it's the early 20s. See if one of them has a year. There's not a lot of pages that had actual writing on them. 1930, so it's from the 30s. And I have picked this page, which has writing on this side, but it's blank on this side, or the rest of it, because I wanted some journaling spots, but it went in this book, which I need to figure out something to put in this book, because I think it's really cool. But as you can see, I paid, well, it was listed for $5. I probably bundled it and got it for less than that. But not a bad buy for that. And then I have a piece of Tim Holtz scrapbook paper. And this is the scrap that I had left from his, when he was making 12 by 12 sheets. And I thought he looked very banker-like. And then I have a piece of manila file folder. So, what I want to do is, I want to take this page and I want to wrap it around this page with a little bit of it sticking out like this, so it looks like there's a folder. And then I want to glue this to be a pocket, a top-loading pocket, so it'll have a pocket up here. And then this card is going to be a card or a tag, whatever you want to call it, will go in this pocket like this. Okay, and then all these other papers are going to stack on top of this. Just like he's got, our banker dude has papers stacked up in his little book. And I'm going to kind of stagger them so that you can see all of the numbers and goodies on each page. And then this is going to go here, something like that. And then I'm going to put the stamp on here, like that. And then my little divider tab is going to go here. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, I have a big long stamp that's from Tim Holtz, and it says Postmaster Contents Merchandise. This parcel may be opened for postal inspection if necessary. I was reading that upside down. I think I did pretty well. And I want to put it on this edge right here. And that's for a couple of reasons. One, it'll give it a little bit more character. And two, it brings in my third kind of red element into this make. Because I like to work in the rule of thirds if I can. So I'm going to try and put this. I'm going to turn it around this way so that I can be sure I'm not putting it off the page. Okay. Perfect. Alright, so now I'm going to ink around this part with walnut stain. Just kind of grubby it up a little bit. Alright, and I might put some splatters, if I can find my splatter stamp. I was looking for it earlier and I couldn't find what I did with it. I'm still not sure. So we may skip that part for the moment. I've laid it somewhere. It's close to me. I just don't know where at the moment. Alright, now I'm going to put my little ST. Excuse me. Allergies. I'm going to put my little ST on here. Right there. Like that. Alright, so now, first, and I should have done this earlier. I hope this isn't too long or I'm going to lose part of my... Nope, it's good. Okay, so I need to base everything on the length of this. I thought I had measured that, and then I got worried. So, we're good. So, when this wraps around here, like this, I need to be sure that I have everything no longer than this card. So I'm going to mark this and cut that off. And this paper is really strong still, for considering how old it is. Usually when you find something this old, it's really brittle, but this one is not. It was kept in really good shape. Alright, so this, I can't get it apart now, we'll wrap around here, and I need to decide do I want a pocket on this back side as well. Do I? Yeah, I think I will. I might as well, right? So on the back side, I'm going to glue it like a pocket, and my card must be really crooked. So I want to make sure that I glue that straight. Either the paper's crooked or my card's crooked, just a little bit, not too bad. Alright, where is our glitter glue? And I'm going to glue it across the bottom and up each side. Okay, now I'm not going to worry about the back anymore right now. Trim that off the bottom, straighten up my edge. Okay, now I'm not going to glue down the front yet because I want to attach these other things. And I think I'm going to use a staple in some instances, if nothing more than just for looks. So, put my pen in there while I'm inking up this other stuff. So I'm going to ink up this ticket. Make it look a little less new. like it's been used a little bit anyway. And I can also, because this is on Tim Holtz cardstock, take my little sanding disc sand it. And some of the cardstock will start to show through and make it look a little bit more aged. Make it look a little faded and more authentic. Okay, so now we've got that. Alright, so that's that piece. Alright, so next in line is the stamp. I'm not going to, well, I might ink it because I think this is probably a newer stamp. I don't know anything about stamp collecting, but I just liked it because it had the bank building on it. And then I'm going to ink up my newspaper article. And this is from a book that I have that's like celebration of our local newspaper here. It's like 100 years of front pages or something like that. And I just happened to see this article about banks. So, alright, and then this is my little numbers book. Ink that up. And then I'm going to ink up, and this check, I got it the same. Did I get this at the same place, or did I get this? I think I got this in, I bought a mixed lot of 1939 ephemera off Etsy or eBay, one of the two. And I think this was in that. And I'm going to fold this up because it's going to be too long. So I'm just going to fold it. Okay, so that goes there. Oh, and we've got our hardware invoice. And it's a newer one. It's from the 60s. But it's still cool. It's got numbers on it. And where's my tarot? Right in front of me. So I'm going to rip it off. About right there. And the reason I'm doing it this way is, like I said, I want this number where on this side it says Miller Brothers Hardware, which doesn't make a lot of sense in a bank one. But where it says invoice and all, I really like that. Alright, so I think this one, I want this one at the top. And then I want my check. And then I want my numbers. Then I want my newspaper ad, but I don't want, I'm staggering. Staggering. Don't forget, you're staggering, which probably means I need to fold that check up a little more. Okay, so now if because I want to be able to flip these up so that you can still see the check register. So if I staple this, and then paper clip here, no, here. So I'm going to put the paper clip here. And I'm going to staple this one to this one. Sorry, I'm trying to work through this in my mind here. So if I staple this one to this one, and then I staple this one to this one, and then this one to here, and I'm going to staple that one double because that's where my pocket's going to be. Flip this up a little more. And I think that's going to end up cracking and coming off, which is fine. Because that just gives me another piece of, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and tear it off. That just gives me another cool piece of ephemera for collage or something. Alright, and then I'm going to stick my bus ticket, or railway ticket, subway ticket, whatever you want to call it, and then put my stamp there. Okay, so now I can flip this up, I can flip this up, I can flip this up, and I can flip that up. So that works. So then this will be glued down as a pocket. But I'm going to cover, I'm going to flip this over before I glue it. And I'm going to put a piece of washi tape or something right there to cover the staples so that when you slide the card in and out, it doesn't get caught on the staples. didn't make it quite long enough. Almost like that as a flip, but we're going to stick with the original plan, and maybe the next time we'll do it as a flip. All right, so now I can glue this shut. And I'm going to ink the back side here real quick before I make my card. Just because it's glaring at me. It's still too long. What if I got too long? That check. Okay. I need to put, if I put a staple there, I'm going to put another staple there, I think. So it won't wiggle so much. I don't want to staple it through there, but I don't want the staple to be sideways. That really bothers me. Okay, we're going to try to get it. Okay, it's not totally straight. Alright, so that flips up, that flips up. Let's see if I can get one right here. Uh-oh. See what I did? But you know what I'm going to do? I pulled the staple through. You see that? Because that check is just really fragile. But that's okay, because what I'm going to do is take a piece of the faux tape and I'm going to tape it to that invoice. So that's not going to bother me for that faux tape to be on there. Alright, so now is everything going to move how I want it? Yes. Okay. So now we can make our card here. See if it'll go down in our pocket. Make sure I don't have to trim it. Oh, come on. Yep, it's gonna go down in there just fine. Alright, so do I want it to... I think I'm just gonna round the corners. I might get cut just a tad off that. I don't want to cut his face. Let me do just a little bit more off. And then I'm going to round all 4 corners. Oh, I should have backed it first. Can't write on that, can you? Do we need another writing spot? Because I really like that paper. No, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it for now. If I feel like I'm running out of writing spots, then we'll do something with it. I should have put a notch, so I could find my pocket easier. So that'll go in there like that. Yes, I like that very much. Because you can still flip up and see everything. I've got my triangle and my 3 reds. And then over here I've got a pocket, another pocket that I can put something in the journal. So where would I put it in the journal? Well, I could put it here because it's green. It'd look very nice. And then I could make it a pocket here as well if I wanted to. The back side of this, that one's already got something in it, but like this one has a little flippy on it and a pocket at the bottom. If I put it on the little flippy, that would be hard because I got that little tab and that page doesn't come out all the way. Put it here. And make it a pocket. It'd work better on this side though, wouldn't it? Or no, because then that's going to be, it has to be on this side. So maybe here. So that's how it would look on the page. And then you could decide if you wanted to do another pocket there. It'd be kind of hard to get in and out of there. But I've got the pocket on the back. I mean, you could put it on this side, but you'd have to hinge it. But I couldn't permanently put it down in here. I'd almost have to clip it or something in here in order for you to utilize the pocket on the back side. I didn't think that through very well. But, I mean, I could glue it there and still have pocket. It'd just be doubled. You wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't see this paper, which that doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, so there is that make. I like it on that digital there, the color. So maybe that's where I'll put it. I've got a couple of those in here just to bring a little bit of color. We've got that one, and then I've got the belly bands we made that are made out of that same paper. And I've got another one somewhere. Where is it? It should be in the second signature. There's the belly band. Or am I in the second signature? I'm so lost. I'm in the second signature. That's why I can't find it. There should be one in the first one. Oh, it's more this color. Which looks good on that one too. So either one. It doesn't show as much of the flower if I use that one, so maybe we'll put it on the other one. This is the middle. Nope, it doesn't go there at all. So a little bit about this journal if you haven't heard the story already. This is the make we made last week with no digitals. I've just got it stuck in there so I remember to use it. I'm thinking I want it there. So George is the name of our financial genius here, and he has, and this postcard inspired George, and it is a postcard from 1939 from Lexington, Kentucky to George, who is now in New York. And it says, "Dear George, glad to get your card. However, I'm mighty sorry to hear that you have left Louisville. The next time I'm in New York, we'll certainly get in touch with you. This year, I'm planning a trip to the West Coast. We'll try to persuade John Shannon to go along. Shannon's father, as you know, died about 3 weeks ago, so I'm not sure whether John can get away for the trip. What are all your Louisville gals going to do now that you've moved away? Why don't you turn them over to Shannon? Maybe he'll marry one. Ha. Hope you like your new surroundings. Regards, Arthur. So, this is George. George was in Louisville, Kentucky. He was offered an opportunity to go to a huge banking and financial company in New York, which he accepted. And so, although George is a brilliant financial advisor and actuary, accountant, whatever you want to call it, he has clients from all over the globe. He is a horrible organizer when it comes to paperwork, and so this journal is going to be very messy. It's going to have a lot of sticking out papers and just a really disorganized look, and that's, it's going to be grungy. It's going to be you know, I've got digitals in here. I've got original book pages. I've got a lot of different ledger pages in here. And a lot of the makes that I'm going to do are going to be, you know, stacked up papers kind of like this to show his disorganization. I've got a lot of letters, envelopes, that kind of thing. Quite a bit, actually, of authentic ephemera from that time period. We're looking 1939, you know, in the 30s. This postcard was from 1939. So in that, you know, few years around that. Oh, and by the way, I picked this guy to be Arthur. So this is Arthur that sent this postcard. So I have Arthur setting aside so I could make some piece of ephemera with the original postcard in Arthur. Some of the other pictures that I have, what did I do with them? This is my little basket that I keep all my little bits in when I'm doing a project. Okay, this is some of the other pictures that I'm going to use. This is one of his banker buddies. This is one of the women that he left in Louisville. This is his mother and father. This is his two sisters. This is his best friend and buddy from when he was in the military. He also served in the military before he became, landed this job with this successful bank. And I have a couple more that are from Joey Cardmaker's kit. Let me find those. What did I do with those? Well, I know they're in here because I have everything in here except for my paper stuff. Flip through one more time if I can't find them. But one, they're the tags from Joey's 1940s kit. 1940s photos. And one of them is his brother. Well, I can't find him. Anyway, one of them I have picked out to be his brother, and The other one I have picked to be his girl that he has already met in New York. So I think it'll be a fun story. Oh, and I've also got a couple of Tim Holtz postcards that I'm going to use. Oh, and I've got this neat, I've got the O's. This is one of the things I have from the 1939 ephemera. It's from the Department of Taxation and Finance. And it's a window envelope. So I'm looking forward to, I'm going to make it an over-the-page kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to using that as well. And I've got a couple of postcards here that look kind of old time. I mean, I'm sure they're not New York. I have no idea. This may be New York. I don't know. But anyway, they look like vintage from that time period or thereabouts. So I'm going to use those. So yeah, I think it's going to be a fun one. And I'm looking forward to putting some ephemera together for it. And kind of building my story, because if you've followed me at all, you'll know that I like to make a story in my journals. It makes it flow in my mind a lot better, and I don't feel like that I am you know, thinking, what am I going to do next, or what am I going to make next? So I'm more thinking about, okay, what's next in the story. So, and I know some of you guys do that as well. And it just makes it journaling a lot more fun, in my opinion. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. And I hope you try this little stack method. I really like paper stacked together like this. It's one of my favorite way to put a journal together. I'm gonna have to put some glue on that so it sticks. It's just stacking different things together, and you can do it in such a way that, you know, it looks grungy and kind of chaotic, but on the same lines, it's also pretty organized if you think about it. So there you go. Thanks for joining me, guys. And I will see you back tomorrow for I Saw It on Pinterest. Bye.